Alex, how would you reflect on today's game?
Disappointing. I think it's certainly summed up our home form across the season. I think that game we've seen on numerous occasions now. I can get the understanding of the frustration in terms of us struggling to break the type of teams down. It's been our Achilles heel all year. We've struggled to have the tools to break them down, and we've just simply not been good enough in the type of games, and ultimately it's cost us too many points across the season.
There was a spell in the first half when you seemed quite bright, but in the second half it went a little bit flat again. What do you put that down to?
I put it down to conceding the goal early doors. And what we do is, because we get a bit of frustration, you can sense it in the stadium, we start to then turn the ball, and the problem we've got is we don't have a target at the top end of the pitch, and then what happens is they nod it down, the pitch becomes too stretched, and then they become dangerous. I think the first 3 balls we turn at the start of the second half, they look as if they're about to score for it, and then they do score for one of them, and then we're chasing our tail for the rest of the half. So yeah, listen, I feel as if I'm repeating myself. I don't know how many times I've said this about this type of game. So we know where we are, we know what we need to do, we know what we need to add. We've got a big summer ahead of us, and obviously I've got a lot of focus on making sure we're much more equipped to be able to deal with that type of game next season.
Touched on the home form earlier. Just how frustrating has the run at home been for you?
It's hard to put into words. I think that we've faced that type of game where teams have came here, sat behind the ball, and made it difficult, and we just haven't had answers to break them down. It really is as simple as that. And then at the end, probably the most humbling experience, albeit there's not loads of fans left, but to walk round and people are still clapping the squad and clapping us, because I don't think there's been a huge amount to clap about in terms of what we've done this season. So yeah, that's it's a painful experience when that happens.
How do you go about combating the home form and improving it?
Being better. Signing players that are different profile for some that we've currently got, having more variation in the squad. We spoke about this in January. It was something I wanted to try and do in January, but it's difficult when you've got so many additions that you need to make, because obviously we lost some players that we needed to lose to obviously make sure that we dealt with some of the issues we had. But yeah, listen, I think it's quite clear what we need going forward for next season, and I'm really confident we'll be much better next season.
Are you relishing getting that work underway over the summer?
Yeah, of course I am. I think just my disappointment and frustration at the moment, because that's so we're in a game today, but yeah, next season is going to be a big one. I think it's going to be something where we can sort of really try and put a stamp on it. I think there's been a lot of change over the last couple of seasons because we've had a lot of loans year on year. I think with a lot of players out of contract naturally that have left year on year as well, and I think we need some sort of stability with the squad where you're actually building a squad that's going to move forward for the next sort of number of seasons, really.
Just finally, Ben Wilmot picked up his Player of the Season award today. Just how good has he been this season?
He's been great, and even early part of the season when he made some sort of errors that maybe cost us goals, the simple fact is you don't take out your best players. Do you know what I mean? And that's why I stuck with Ben, because I believe in his quality. I know the qualities he does have, and I think that he's going to become better and better. I believe that we're going to become better, and Ben's been a key player this season, and we've missed him since he's been out because he gives us attributes that are hard to find at this level.